I always thought that I could hear my spirit guides and my higher self. Maybe. But they teach us things, and it works. They teach us things like it's tarot deck. Tarot, you don't need it. No one needs it. You don't need it. Tarot does not tell your future. Never has. It tells you likely events that could happen. It teaches you how to look at options and things from another point of view. It teaches you how to go within, and it's great for healing. That it's great for. And it tells you likely things if things continue on the path now taken. But it doesn't tell you the future. No. It won't tell you what's going to happen a year from now because the energies will be completely different. That person may not even be in your life anymore. That person may have had a massive stroke and died. I don't know. I hope nobody dies. I don't want anybody to die. Don't get me wrong. But lots of things happen to people. You don't need the tarot. You don't need it. You can go within for the answers you need. You don't need a guru to say, you're chosen. Or if you're chosen, or if you're a starseed, if you're good enough. No. You can find it all right here. When you open your heart and you learn to listen to the world through your heart, which is what I taught you over here, that is when you will figure out what all this is. That's all you need. I mean, sure, people like me who have been psychics and mediums and people who have been trained and looking into learning about spirituality, we can show you hints and tricks, but I can really only teach you what I've learned, what worked for me. And it might resonate with you today, and it might not. And it might resonate with you 5 years from now, because you'll finally be at that point in your life where you get it, and it might not. But that's all we can do. That's all a guru, that's all a spiritual advisor, that's all a pastor, that's all they can do. They can teach you from their own experience. Which comes to my next point. If this is a healing tool, and you have faith in your tarot reader, and you know that it comes from experience is how a tarot reader can read. Because if I haven't been through it, how am I going to explain it to you? Why are you letting an underage child read for you? Just saying. Don't get me wrong. I was more psychic as a child than I am today. Different. I had different gifts than I have today. It was different. But I did not have the experience to come onto a platform like this and tell someone, this is what this means. Because I had not been married. Can't tell you about partnership except for what I'm looking at. And it just tells you, oh, this means this. The rest you have to intuitively get. And you can't understand those concepts until you're old enough. You know, in my tribe, in order to be old enough to be listened to, you had to be an elder. Which meant, as a female, you had to go through that time where you no longer had your period. As a male, you had to be in your 40s, at least, because you had to have had children, and then grandchildren, and then babies, and maybe even grandchildren. But you had to have had a baby, and how can you advise someone on what to do about their love relationship with their husband if you've never had one? I mean, yeah, you could read the books, you could, tell you what your intuition is telling you, but how can you truly understand that unless you've been through it and you get it? That's why I always tell people, shop around. Find a reader that relates to you. Find a reader that's been through what you've been through. Find a reader who is old enough to understand where you are. If you're a teenager, read for teenagers. If you're a young adult, read for young adults. If you're older, read for everyone below you. But you can't understand till you've been through it. You know, you don't know what being a single mom, having the electricity turned off in your house, not being able to afford to feed your child because some man just decided you're not worth my time anymore and you don't look young enough for me to be with anymore, does to a person till you've been there. You don't know what struggles the person across the street is going through. And how dare you assume that you do? There's always this side, and the truth is somewhere in the middle. Reality, folks. Reality. But these things have been driving me crazy because I keep hearing them over and over again. And I know that I'm helping people. And that's all I ever really wanted to do. I wanted to be able to help each and every one of you to see the beauty of the world in front of you, to learn how to do what I can do, how to be psychic. We're all psychic. Everyone is psychic. Go over here, look at my video. We're all psychic. We all can do this. It's a matter of how much is it worth to you? Are you willing to put in the work to get there? My grandfather always told me, you can be anything you want to be in this life. Anything. The question is not, can you? The question is, are you willing to do what you have to do to get there? You don't like where your life is today? Change it. Make it better. Do something about it. You don't know what to do to get where you want to be? Ask somebody older. Ask somebody who knows. Ask somebody who already has that, already does that. It's that simple. You know, you don't like where your life is today? Then go within and do the work. The work to understand what you need to change to get that better partner. What went wrong with that last job? What you could do to make it better. And don't just sit here and say, oh, well, he was an asshole, she was a bitch, and it's that purple guy's fault over there. No. It's always our fault and their fault. The situation may have been caused by them, but the fault always lies in how we reacted and what we did. Always. And at the moment, it's sometimes hard to still your mind and go into that time period and understand that it is our fault. But it is. But we can learn from those things and figure out what we need to do to take the next step to get that better life. Because I love you all. I do. I truly love all my viewers. And I want you all to have all the blessings in the world. And I want you all to have that perfect family, that perfect life, and all of your dreams. But no one's going to give it to you on a silver platter. You can pay this much to this person. You can read all these books. You can do all the meditations. You can listen to all the stuff. But until you're willing to take those practices that that person taught you, whether it be a pastor, a guru, a minister, I don't care, a Buddhist, whatever, a monk, whatever, until you take those practices and you learn to incorporate them into your life, your everyday life, your life's not going to change. If you keep doing the same thing that you did yesterday and the day before, it's not going to get any better. It's up to you. You have to become the change. Be the change you want to see. Be the change you want to see. That's all I got today.